Hey guys, so I am going to quickly show you how to create an invoice inside of Traveljoy. And so for some of you that don't know, there's a difference between sending just a straight invoice to your client or a proposal, then an invoice. If you're with my host agency, I always tell you guys to always send a proposal to your client first, then send an invoice. And so why? People may ask why, why not just send the client the invoice? Well, let me show you. Okay. And so hopefully all of your accounts are active inside of Traveljoy. Remember, if you guys are with us as a host, Traveljoy is only $10 per month. Regular price, I believe it's like $34 or $35. Okay. So let's see. Let's look at an invoice. I'm not an invoice. Let's look at a proposal from the point of the client. So let's see. Open this up in a new tab. Right. So this is what a proposal will look like to a client, right? Right. So the very first thing that you'll probably notice, and the client will notice as well, over here we have an ask a question button and we have approve the proposal button. So let's say that the client click ask a question. Well, it's going to go straight to their messages section. And then whenever they send a message here, it's going to automatically go to you, the travel agent. So it's pretty cool. All right. So let's go back. And so over here, make sure you, whenever you're sending out the proposals to the client, make sure to tell them if they're selecting the approve proposal button, it means that they're ready to pay. Okay. So this is the invoice of Mr. Tommy example. This is one of my favorite ones to share with you guys because it's literally an example. And so it is using the template. Okay. The template that I've created. So if you guys have not found your template, and you have had an orientation session with me, inside of your dashboard, if you go to your test trip, you want to check the notes section. So don't erase your test trip if I have did your orientation already, because that's where your template is going to be. Right. And so this is the proposal. It basically has every single thing that the client would want to see. Right. And so it looks super professional. And it even has over here the client notes section. I really, really like this section here because you get to put in like little extra details for the client, because, a lot of times clients, are super specific, and you're sending out an invoice. I mean, you're sending out a proposal. You just want to make sure that it's hitting all of the client points. And so the last thing that I want to point out about proposals, and what's very, very important, whenever you are sending a proposal to a client, you want to make sure to always say some type of verbiage like this, okay? So this is pricing as of, you want to put today's date, whatever date you're doing the proposal. This is pricing as of 6/30/2022, right? And then the only way to secure this price is to book ASAP. This is pricing only for today, as pricing is subject to change, okay? And so I basically rephrased it a few times, and it's important for the client to understand that this pricing that I'm sending you today, Ms. Jones, Mr. Jones, whoever they are, it is for today only. Tomorrow, this price can go up by $500. It could go down. We don't know, okay? And so you want to always protect yourself with this, because a lot of times, if you don't send it, you will have the client that show up a whole month or two or three later, and because the trip has went up by $600-$700 on their side, but yours is still $600-$700 below. And so they'll send an email, I'm ready to book now. Well, no, you're not. No, you're not. The price changed. It changed on the other side. So it definitely has changed on my side as a travel agent. So you want to make sure that you're protecting yourself right here. Okay. So this price is as of 6/30, or whatever your date is today, because I promise you, clients will try to call you out on it. Well, you ain't say all that. You didn't say that the price expires. Like, really? Like, we not about to do this. Like, just cover yourself by sending that, by having this. And so over here, I always call the resort and ask what the security deposit is, as well as asking what the daily resort fee. Because the last thing you need your clients to do, or even yourself, last thing you need to do is to show up to a hotel resort, and then it has a security deposit. Let's say it's like this one, $150 per day. Let's say you stayed for, they stayed for 4 nights. That's what, $600 that they need on a card. Well, what if the client didn't have the card? What if the client decided to do all cash for the trip? Then that's a problem. They can't even check into the hotel because they don't have the card. And so granted, security deposit is fully refundable, after you check out, and if you haven't spent anything at the resort, but resorts, it's gonna be a security deposit, or like a resort fee. Some of them, all of them don't have a security deposit and a resort fee, but it's like one or the other or both or maybe none. It's really, really depending. So I would say before you send out a proposal, just quickly call the resort. Call the resort and speak to customer service or speak to the front desk and simply ask them, hey, how much is your security deposit? And how much is your resort fee, including tax? Okay, including tax, because they'll tell you the price, not including tax. And then the customer get there and then it's a little bit more expensive. And then also, if your client is driving or getting a rental, how much is it to park the car? All of that is super important, okay? So enough of that. The last part about the proposal is right here. You click on prices and then look, it tells you the whole package. $1,500 for the package, $50 for the deposit. And then right here, the due date is June 30th, 2022. We're in another year, but I just haven't redid this proposal. It's no need to, okay? And so when you're sending the proposal, this is how it looks, okay? Well, not like that. It looks like the itinerary. This is how it looks, okay? And so what I always tell my agents to do before you go ahead and create the invoice, just copy the proposal. That's it. We're not going to make this hard or anything. Let's just copy that proposal, okay? So now let's jump back over here and I'm going to show you what an invoice looks like and why you need to send out the proposal first. All right, so come on over here. This is the invoice for Mr. Tommy. All right, so get invoice link. This is what the invoice looks like to the client, okay? And so it still looks good. However, it does not look better than the proposal. All right, so let's go. All right, so this is Mr. Tommy Example's proposal, okay? I'm sorry, Mr. Tommy Example's invoice, okay? And so this is why I say to send out proposal first, because look at this. This is the proposal right here. It's all minimized right there. And so the client does not know to come right here and scroll, and they can't see everything like this versus this. Like just send this to the client. Do the proposal, you guys. Don't be lazy. Just send the client the proposal. One, it looks way more professional, and it's gonna save you a lot of headache because your client is gonna call you and say, "Well, I can't see the proposal," especially on the phone. How does it work? How do I do it? Yada yada yada. Okay. Well, my pricing is a little bit different here, but since this is an example, it doesn't matter, okay? And then, so of course, when you're doing the invoice, you can add on extra items there. And then another thing that I like about the invoice, we can, of course, ask the question, and then there you go. Clients can authorize a payment. So let's go back to the beginning. The point of this video is to show you guys how to create an invoice. So once you guys have the client account already created, you have sent the proposal. Now all you literally have to do is come over here to create. You want to go to invoice supplier, right? And then so once you come over here, you're going to go to add item. You're going to select new item and a box will pop up, okay? And so you guys see this eye right here, this eye, and then this doesn't have it's like a closed eye. This eye means that the client can see it. So whatever you type there, the client can see it, okay? So no, this is not a client note section. All right, so description. All I'm literally about to do is paste that proposal right there. Oh man, it's all right, I got it right here. I had copied the proposal, but then I copied the other one, the link, the invoice link. So let's just literally copy, Control C or right click copy. All right, so Control V or right click paste. All right, so you're gonna always say keep formatting unless you want it to reformat to the basic format. Come on, and it may take a few seconds too. All right, and so when that pops up, you want to hit wait. When I'm copying and pasting a big file, sometimes I have to hit wait like 3 times. All right, wait. This thing's so slow. And it's not always slow, you guys. All right, there we go. Wait. All right, so it should pop up now. And so while we're doing the whole copy and paste, you guys know how we go in and we edit things inside of Traveljoy. Well, if you guys have your pen and paper nearby, I want you guys to write down this. Write down Control Z, Control Zebra. That's the undo button or the back button inside of Traveljoy, because if you mess up something and you save it, guess what? All of your hard work is gone. But if you notice that you messed up something, you want to hit Control Z as in zebra right away. This thing is taking too long. This is my 5th time. Come on. It usually doesn't take that long. It's probably my computer. I got a bunch of different windows open. It's not Traveljoy, you guys. It's it's my side, okay? But this thing need to come on though, for real. You gotta be kidding me. I don't even know how many times I done hit this thing. I think 6. This is 6th time. Maybe I need to refresh my computer. Please come on. Just hit wait. Maybe Traveljoy will respond and let us know why it does that. Or is it a computer issue on my side? I think it's gonna do it. Yes. All right, so perfect. So now we're going to name the invoice and say hotel. You can put whatever the hotel name is. And so right down here, what I always do is have the price right here, like right there in front of me, and I copy it. We don't got time for no mistakes when it comes to putting in price. Look at this. Okay, so quantity is how many of these you want inside of that one invoice, right? So it's quantity 1. And so what I do is I just paste everything right there. Well, Control All, get rid of that, and then Control V to paste it in there. Okay, so I'll put that right there. And so another thing that I want you guys to point out, another thing I want to point out to you guys is these right here. You see these up and down buttons? If you guys are hitting this arrow, your up and down buttons on your keyboard, it will change. So, or even if I'm not even using my up and down arrow right now. I'm using the mouse pad and I'm just scrolling up like I'm just trying to see the back side of this. So just be super careful. So you want to paste it in there, Control V. Then once you do that, you want to save it. All right, so it's saving. All right, so now the very first thing that you probably will notice is right down here, it's deficient. It's red. So that red means deficient. And so you want to put whatever the hotel name is. So I think it's Mexico Hotel. I don't know which resort I put in there. It's an old example. Okay. And then so what you're going to do right here, the very first thing you're going to do is click add payment, right? And so let's say Mr. Tommy is making a full payment. If he's making a full payment, then you're going to leave it just like this, okay? But if you have a client that's making a deposit, what you're going to do is you're going to do this, deposit, change this to deposit. It's making a deposit and monthly payment. You're going to put that there. And so let's say the deposit amount was $50. Right? And so now it's still deficient, it's still red, okay? And so let's say the client's final due date is not until December of this year, okay? So let me show you guys how to calculate the final deposit due date. And so you just type in 50 days. Look, my computer already know. 50 days. I don't sit over here and try to calculate nothing. No, ma'am, that's how you mess up. 50 days before, let's call it December. Let's call it December December 24th, 2023. Let's say that the client is flying out on December the 24th, 2023. All right. And so technically it's 45 days that the client has to pay. If you're with most travel suppliers, 45 days the final deposit is due. But listen, you guys, we're not gonna tell the client like ever, listen, ever in all caps. Never ever tell the client the true final due date, because what will happen is, let's say the final due date was November the 5th, right? It's November the 5th and it was 45 days. The client has 45 days. Your client will sometimes forget. They may try to email you or fill out the invoice at November the 5th, 4th at 11:59 p.m. You're asleep, ain't nothing gonna happen, and then now their booking is getting canceled out. So never ever tell your client the true final due date. Always take 5 days away from that. So If the final due date is December the 24th, you just go to Google and type in 50 days before whatever the due date is. Whatever the departure date is, 50 days before. So this says November the 4th, okay? So come on back on over here to Traveljoy. All right, so it says November the 4th. So we're going to come over here. We're going to do add multiple payments if we're doing monthly payments. And so we're going to click monthly right there. All right, and so monthly due date. Me personally, I set my monthly due dates either on the 5th or the 15th, because what I'm not going to do is come over here and make payments every single day. We're not doing that. Gotta take your computer out wherever you are in the world, log in. Hopefully you got internet access if you're like, clear across the world, and then try to figure stuff out. No, I don't do that. I don't have time for that. The 5th and the 15th of the month, that's when I make my payments, okay? So I'm going to actually say the 5th, okay? And so remember, the final due date is November the 4th, but we gave them a little extra time. So we're going to just say ending on November the 5th, okay? Even though it said November the 4th, we have 5 extra cushion days in there. So November the 5th right there. And then so we're going to put equal. If you already agreed to custom payments with the client, then of course you're going to click custom. And so watch Traveljoy do all of the work. Watch it do its magic. All right, take a peek. Voila. Right? So it does every single thing for you. Monthly payment 1, 2, 3, 4, all of it. And then final payment. All right. And then so let's take a peek at what this would look like. Preview. This is what it would look like to the client. All right, so same thing. They still got to come on over here and scroll. All right. All right, so this is showing the amount that's due now. Is showing the remaining balance. If they want to pay in full, and of course, all of the policies and terms and conditions is there. And then over here, this is their full payment plan there. All right, and then so let me show you from. I'm going to publish this thing. I'm going to hit save. All right, so now let's see. It's this one. So this is what the client will see. Get invoice link. All right, open a new tab. All right, so take a peek at this. All right, so this is what the client will see. This is client facing because I know because it has ask a question and authorize payment. All right, so we got all this there. And then down here, we have the same thing there. And then over here, we have the full layout of the deposit plan. So I truly, truly hope that this video helps somebody. If you guys have any questions in the comments, go ahead and put your questions in the comments. And if you guys have not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Listen, I already know that the information that we're putting out is super, super valuable because you would not be watching it if it wasn't valuable. But yeah, if you guys need anything else, just let me know. And like I said, in the comments, go ahead and put whatever your question is when it pertains to creating an invoice with Traveljoy. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.